So then this is the key. This is the understanding of creation, the code of creation. This applies to absolutely everything, truth and fiction, all inclusive. There is nothing that falls outside of this code within this creation. I want to tell you this so that you know exactly what you're getting in for. Because once you understand this, you can decode everything. All right? Those with the mind of Christ will use this, and this will then show them everything. It will bring them into all understanding, right? So if you take, when you're going to be, if you're going to be lied to, the way this place works, this fallen, the idea, the way the antichrist light works, the anti-ideas, the fallen ideas, is that a truth is reflected, so that when you see it, your mind places it in its logical sequence. Therefore, it seems to you to be proper. It seems to you to make sense, right? Do you understand? Oh, that makes sense. But if you actually stop and slow down, just long enough to sit there for a minute and say, did you go to all these major cities that were claimed to be hotspots and look at their traffic cams? I did. And I saw nothing whatsoever that evidenced this as being a true concern, right? It's not a concern because it's not real. So then the powers that be put the story out. See, I do due diligence. I go out and what's available to me and I investigate. I find out that the evidence does not support this as being real. Therefore, I know their intent is to defraud me. So then now I'm going to tell you about how that works. All right, now this is a 9/11 event, and I'll show you that right here. 9/11 events are important. I'm going to break this down into 9, 6, and 3. Those will be other videos. This is all about the 9 or the Tet. Okay, this is where your mind is made up. All right, this is where this becomes an idol. This idol, this belief is placed into your mind, and your body, your physical reactions, your emotional reactions, your interpersonal reactions will be driven by the details of this hoax, this Tet, this idol that you put in your temple, because then you worship your idols in your own temple. And that's, I told you, the left and right temple. That's your mind. These are idols you put in there. You store death in there. You store concern of death, concern of illness, constant weeping and wailing, spiritually weeping and wailing all day long. All right. So how do you know then? All right. This is 9/11 code. So the C is the third. Now I'm going to, because I told you English, and this is going back English to as being English is the root. All right. This is why I'm also telling you this, because this is why it works. All right. So C, 3. O is the 15th letter. V is the 22nd. I is the 9th. All right. D is the 4th, and then the 1 and the 9. You know that. So then what you have to do is, because when you add all that up, you get 63. All right. So that, of course, is 18 into your 9. All right. So now you know that this is a Tet, offensive. This is trying to offend your mind. All right. You know that already. So now break it down even farther, because this goes farther. So now your 3 is fine, because you need to break it down to what I told you before. In fact, I don't have it here, so let me do it real quick, and I'll talk about it as I do it. Let's see, where am I at? All right, we'll just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see that, can you? Hold on. It'll be a little bit bigger, but not much. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember the idea of the return. or the IO, meaning that's the input output. If you pick up that pebble, that 0 becomes a 1, then you have the 911. All right. So anyways, I'll get more into that in a wrap-up video. But so anyways, so now you reduce all those down. 3, 6, 4. The 15 becomes the 6. The 22 combined into the 4. 9, 4, 1, 9. That equals 36. Do you see it's a precise flip, right? 9, 9. All right. The Tet 9 offensive, just like the Vietnam War. Oh, those guys, man, those are like the worst. I'm sorry to sidestep, but those fakers are the worst. But anyway, so T 20, 20th place, E 5, T 20, equaling 45 and or 9, because this is the Tet offensive. This is what's going to be put into your mind as an idol. Break those down to 2, 5, 2 equaling 9. So now you've broken it completely down. Now, how do you get 911 out of that? The 9 is this. This is that light that is being illuminated in front of you. It's being held in front of you, and it's saying, look all around you. Look at all this news. Look at all these people reacting to the news. Look at all these private businesses who fall in line and make you follow these rules, because guess what? They can. That's their business. That's their property. That's how all this is allowed to get away with. And that's why when they close these government buildings, because that's the one place where you would actually, by the rules of this place, have any actual real power. So they've closed them all, right? You see how it's all flipped. But anyways, it doesn't matter, because that's not, like I told you, I'm here to destroy this world. 100% lay it flat. That's what I'm here to do. It's just you can actually see what they're doing, though. It's plain to see. 9/11. So the 9 is this light that they're trying to feed to you, that they're trying to have you consume, and then you place it into your temple. The 1 and the 1, where does that come from? All right. I told you that before, that the 1 is this, that is to your otherwise peaceful existence. This is added to you. It's just thrown out there to you. And it's almost like a game of hot potato. Do you catch it or not? That next 1, that's if you caught it. Your temples come crashing down, because your otherwise peaceful state was collapsed by controlled demolition, by a Tet offensive information being placed into your temple, and you bought it. You picked it up. You concerned yourself with it. That's what became the 911, and your temples crashed down. Your common sense crashed down. You allowed your own ego to stand before the light of Christ, and that's why your temples crashed down. All those who claim to be saved by the grace of Christ. You should know better. Those that aren't, I'm telling you, this is how you get out. All right. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. You are given the living water, which is light, which is the comforter, which gives you this. This is nothing. This is nothing, I'm telling you. There's much more to talk about, but until people understand this, you can't talk about that, because people wouldn't understand it. They just wouldn't understand the language you use. All right, so let me just finish that up. So that's the 9 code. So then what should it be? 910, meaning you don't concern it. It's just there. So yeah, so now we're here. We exist in this place where these people are going quite literally bananas over nothing. Over nothing. So then do what you can to spread the light of Christ, because you're taken care of. You know that, right? So then that's what you're here for. So your job's still there. So wherever you are, wherever you find yourself in this story, you still got that job to do, that one, your first love. Remember in the book of Revelations where Jesus talks about being very happy with a specific church, except they had left their first love. And that is because they started to say, I can go ahead and entangle just a wee bit into this world a bit. No, you can't. That little leaven leavens the whole loaf. So anyways, this is 9. I just told you 9. I gave you 9. Please listen to it again, and then once you listen to these, you can listen to the Mind Computer video. You'll see it. Then go out and test it. Once you see it and test it, and then you say, okay, that's right, that's correct, boom. Now you know it. Now you can read it just as easy. All right. Then you're off to. Then you go off and you do even greater things. You start doing, and you start, telling everybody what you know, what's been revealed to you. All right. So then next I'll do the 6. All right. Just a preview of that. The 6 is the. I'm kind of working top down. So we have already covered the idea of you placing that thing in your head, that idol. But what I'm going to do is work down to the 6, and I'm going to show you some places where you should have figured this out. All right, and I'm going to show you also places where you will see it entering the physical, because this 9 area is a spiritual idea, where your mind is, your body follows. When we get into the 6 next, that's going to be coming into where the spiritual meets the physical. All right, so yeah, it's all good, man. So just like I say, relax and do your first love, which is the love of God, man. Get out there and do your second love, which is the love of your neighbor. All right, and get them out of this lie. Get them out of it. Show them this stuff. Show them that it's real, but you cannot show them until you know it's real, until you can do it yourself. So test it, verify it, do the work that's needed to show yourself studied and approved, and then you go out and do even greater things. So, all right, cheers. Have a great night until the next one, which will be the 6. All right, cheers.